Do you remember where you were 5 years ago today? 5 years ago today, what were you doing? It's a really important day in history, and there's a reason for that, because something happened in the news that forever changed the course of all of our stories, our personal stories and our collective stories. And that is that the World Health Organization characterized COVID-19 as a pandemic. Hey guys, I was just able to listen in on the World Health Organization's latest briefing on the new coronavirus, or COVID-19. That briefing is making headlines around the world because for the first time, the World Health Organization labeled the new coronavirus a pandemic. But I'm already seeing some misreporting on this. So I want to jump on, let you know what's going on. Leading up to that point, there was all sorts of controversy about who was characterizing it a pandemic and who wasn't. And well, you lived through it, so you know what it was like. But that was a really important demarcation point, because quickly after that characterization by the World Health Organization, news here at home started to move quickly too. The president declared a national emergency. We went into 15 days to stop the spread, which was extended to more guidance for social distancing. And the rest of the story now is, as they say, history. But in all of our lives, there was before the pandemic and there was after the pandemic. And on this day, 5 years ago, that's what was said by the World Health Organization, which, by the way, is a group that the Trump administration is attempting to withdraw America from. I explain more of this on our Quick Hit podcast today. I hope you check it out. I find myself reflecting on that time period. I remember exactly what I was when I was covering that story for you. I was sitting in a coffee shop. I was looking at the World Health Organization news conference. I was checking out the definition of the word pandemic, and I was concerned because pandemic refers to the spread of a virus or a disease. It doesn't refer to the severity. And the headlines that were coming out were so alarming and frightening. And I was concerned about that because I felt like the word wasn't getting the proper context. Which sounds completely on brand. It is the very first time in history that the World Health Organization has labeled a coronavirus of any sort a pandemic. But I always think about that when it comes to pandemics. A pandemic can be mild. It just is what's spread all around. In this particular case, the pandemic changed our stories. And so that happened today. 5 years ago. Where were you? What were you doing? Do you remember what was going through your mind? And how do you think your story changed? Let me know.